Good morning, everyone. Coming at you with some video clips this morning. I'm so excited to share that the first week of invitations went out. I'm going to be sending all the invitations out soon to serve, but I just realized that this Sunday is March 1st. Can you believe that? So with that being said, I just sent out the first just this week's invitations, and I want to clarify a couple of points. So we will be starting balcony ministry, altar ministry, a prayer facilitator, and also the prayer leader. And if you are on this Sunday, March 1st, for any of those, you will receive an email in your inbox that will be coming from Planning Center, and it will say you have been given an invitation to serve, and it will tell you your area of service. So let's talk a little bit about the balcony area of our ministry. So we are going to have 4 people in the balcony, 2 and 2. Both we're going to stand in the alcove sides of the balcony. So that's over where the windows are at. I want you guys to make sure that you are a present part of that area. Make yourself noticeable. So don't stand up against the windows. So when you go up there, make sure that you are seen enough. Once people start coming towards you, that's when you could back towards the windows so that you aren't in the way of stairs or the doors, right? But people need to make sure that they see you. They will be making an announcement from the platform that there is ministry available now in the balcony areas as well. So I'm so excited for this. And just a few things that we want to bring a little bit more clarity to that we didn't get a chance to say at our meeting. One, we want to make sure that we sit as close to the front. If we are scheduled for altar, do your best. I know that's not always possible, but don't sit in the back. Don't sit in the balcony if you're scheduled for the front altar. If you are scheduled for balcony, sit in the balcony that week. This way, it just makes it easiest for us to be able to get in position, be in place, be ready to minister to the people before they get up there. That's just a helpful tip. Another area that we'd like to bring some light to that you would have found in the prayer manual, and again, this is for safety for you, safety for the people we're praying for, is we always want to do our best to have women praying with women, men praying with men, and if it so happens that a woman were to come up to a man or a man come up to a woman, try to find another prayer partner to pray alongside of you. You don't know what type of sensitive information or content that person might be praying with you with, and it's always just best to have that second person with you there. Again, just for safety, protection over that person, protection over what you may be hearing. So we wanted to make sure that was said aloud for everybody to hear, and so that we protect everybody involved in what's being said and prayed over. We also know that with the amount of people who may be receiving prayer, wanting to receive prayer, that always can't happen. Again, these are directions that we want to bring clarity on, make sure that everybody's on the same page on, and do our best to try to follow in agreement in structure for the safety. Guys, all of this is for the protection and safety of those that we're ministering over, for the safety of us and for our church. So again, if you find yourself in a situation and you're praying over somebody, absolutely wonderful. Like, we're not trying to deny that. We're just trying to bring awareness to it. So we could do our best in that area, that if someone comes up to you, that we bring somebody else into the fold and minister to that person in the best way we can. Lastly, one area that we didn't have time to go into, and before we start scheduling, is something that I spoke with Pastor Andrew on last week. And that is, as we start really ministering to larger groups of people, we want to be aware of how many people are receiving ministry. This is another reason why we are starting a balcony prayer ministry as well, is because there are people who have been missing out on receiving prayer for many reasons. One, because they may have waited and they have to go pick up their children or they have to leave at this point. Two, maybe they felt so brave and got up the courage, but because there was such a long wait to receive prayer, they felt scared and then just went and sat down or left. So with those thoughts in mind, I just want all of us to be aware of the amount of time that we might be spending with one individual, and be aware too that morning of how many people are wanting to receive ministry that day. That is not either of us saying, don't spend time with people if you see the Lord moving, this, that, or the other. We just want there to be an awareness that the Lord is going to use you in the time that you have with that person, even if it is 2 minutes, even if it is a shorter prayer than what you would normally pray with people in general. Because if there is larger amounts of people, and as the church is growing and we have a ministry team available to them, we want to make sure that all people who came forward receive prayer from the ministry team. And right now we're going to have 6 people in the front line on the altar, and we're going to have 4 people in the balcony. So this is the largest ministry team that we've had available in structure. That's 10 people a week. So I know that the Lord's going to use all of us in that, and we are going to see Holy Spirit move through the room in new ways. We're going to see the prophetic just open up with new clarity and new focus in all of our lives as we minister to his people. But we did want to bring some clarity in that we want to ask God to move strategically over these prayers, to ask God to release his voice and to minister to his people so that all people will receive ministry.